and Studs! Happy Halloween, folks! We have finally reached the zenith, the apex of the spooky season. This is Sprues and Studs, your humble presenter, and today we celebrate Halloween and the end of these eerie type builds. We are going to be reviewing the Monster Fighter set, The Zombies. This set happens to be one of my favorites because it deals probably with one of my favorite undead beings, which are, well, aptly put in the title, which are zombies. This set was released back on June 1st, 2012 for the mere price of $39.99. The Zombies was one of the medium-sized sets, weighing in at 447 pieces in the Monster Fighters line. Because of its medium size, it should take anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes to build. As of right now, if you do end up getting the itch to buy the set on the second market, be prepared to pony up some major cash, as obtaining the set is not cheap at all now that it has been discontinued for around 9 years. The cost of the new box will vary around $250, and picking up a used set will run around $170. I suppose this is due to the minifigures as well as the centerpiece of the set, which is the mausoleum and the 2 coffins around the graveyard structure. I would like to take the time now to say, please consider subscribing to this channel if you want to see more of these seasonal type build content being flooded before your eyes. I will also be doing some reviews and builds on old sets like this periodically, somewhere in between all the new sets that I buy. So again, I would appreciate if you could smash that sub button and join our little brick family and hang out with the cool Lego kids. Current subscribers, my brick family members, you know that a shout out is always coming to you guys. Thank you, because you guys are truly the best for supporting this channel thus far. Stay tuned, because I will have some non-Lego type builds coming up in the near future, as well as more IRL type of content. Speaking of vloggy IRL content, please let me know what you guys think about this quote-unquote bonus type of content. Should I make it more often? Should it be a regular upload to the channel? I am curious, and I would like to know, because if you do end up liking this kind of stuff, I will up my production and get a legit microphone so that your ears don't have to be tortured by wind noise if I end up doing more trips to the Lego store or the Warhammer store, or film in the area with a lot of noise like brick conventions, whenever those return back to the world. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think. So if you do have the opportunity to bust open this vintage box, you will find 4 number bags on the inside. In the first bag and a half, you will be building the Monster Fighters hammer tractor or hammer truck thing. I have no idea what this thing is called, and I'll leave it to your imagination what this thing is supposed to be. So the build for this hammer tractor starts off with Technic elements, and that is because the wheels in the hammer bashing mechanism is powered by Technic gears as the tractor moves along the surface, so to fend off the armies of the dead. This vehicle has quite a few weapons. As mentioned, there are 2 hammers on the outside of the tractor that apparently will smash the zombies into rotting pancakes. Rotting pancakes. To take the undead out at a distance, Jack McHammer, the hero, can use 4 glowing missiles to blast zombies into fleshy undead chunks. The final weapon appears to be some sort of battering ram on the front that can part the sea of rotting human meat to forge a path ahead to safety. Again, just like with the crazy scientist and his monster set, I feel that these vehicles that are included with the Lego Monster Fighter sets are rather and feel a little bit out of place for me. I understand that the good guys need some sort of getaway vehicle when they reappropriate the zombie moonstone, but these vehicles just seem like superfluous additions or an afterthought to boost up the piece count of the set. When you start on the second half of the second bag, you start getting to festering flesh and bones of the set. You start off with building the coffins that go on either side of the mausoleum. The coffins are, well, regular coffins that you do not have any sort of decorations or anything too special outside of them. However, there's a play element where if you lift the lids of the coffin and swing it up, you reveal spooky denizens of the coffin that are inside, which, to no one's surprise, are the zombies. Speaking of the zombies, the zombie chauffeur minifigure is a superb minifigure. This minifigure is the same one that you will find in the Vampire Hearse set that I reviewed earlier. However, it's always good to have multiple zombies because if you want to build a zombie army, this is an awesome figure to have a multiple of. The minifigure has a tattered chauffeur clothing and wears old school driver's cap or beanie. I also like the mismatching hands, with one hand being a gray color and the other one being a dark brown color, possibly representing rotting flesh. After the second bag is finished, you move on to building the base of the mausoleum and the different play elements that go with this part of the set. There's nothing too much to be said because this is only the foundation. However, there is a mechanism that you build that attaches the bottom back of the mausoleum, and when you flick this mechanism, you end up flipping over a black cauldron that is full of bones, as well as some glowing neon translucent Lego elements. Again, don't ask me what these neon represents, but let's just go along with it. Quick question though, what the heck would a zombie do with a cauldron? I would think that these undead creatures would be more interested in eating human flesh rather than mixing a witch's brew? Whatever. There is also another play element that is built in front of the mausoleum that allows the purple zombie moonstone to be rotated when the lids of the coffins are raised, which I think is kind of cool. Finally, in bag 4, you finish off the build by adding the so-called flare to the graveyard structure. You build up the side walls of the building, and one of the things that I'll have to point out to you is the back of the building, which are translucent and blue Lego elements. And if any of you have been hanging around the channel for long enough, you know that I absolutely love these translucent elements, which is why I paused the speed of the build so I can highlight these things. I really like the back of the mausoleum and how it has these stained glass elements to give the structure a real eerie sort of feel. Some finishing touches include a glow-in-the-dark spider, some rotting vines that are sprouting outside of the structure, as well as a cool bat and some evil horns that stick out from the top of the building. Overall, I absolutely love the mausoleum. The aesthetics are properly spooky with the drab browns and grays and blacks of the set. At a glance, I think that the building looks properly sinister, and it would make sense that the zombies would rise from the grave from this type of structure. As I have said before, the hammer tractor thing is I could have done without it. I kind of wish, instead of the hammer tractor, that the designers could have expounded on the area around the mausoleum. Perhaps they could have added some standalone coffins or gravestones. They could have maybe put some haunting statues and perhaps a spooky gate. I think that the set would go well with the set that I reviewed earlier, which is the Graveyard Mystery that belongs to the Hidden Side theme. Well, that's all that we have time for this video, folks. I just wanted to wish you all a happy Halloween. For the kids that are going trick-or-treating this year, I wish you bags full of your favorite candies, but try not to eat too much as you might rot out your teeth. However, for us adults, stay safe when we do what we do best, which is to partay. I hope that I will be drinking some alcoholic mixed drinks from a gigantic shark bowl that will have some dry ice in it with my friends this year to commemorate the best party holiday of the year. This is Sprues and Studs, and I will see you all in the next build.